What types of jurisdiction does the Supreme Court have? A. Original can hear cases for the first time. B. Appellate can hear cases to look for errors or issues with the law from lower courts. C. Both original and appellate. What is writ of certiorari? A ruling from a court to keep a case in the lower court. B. A ruling from a court to deny a case from being appealed. C. A process where a higher court is asked to hear a case that was already heard in a lower court. How many justices need to agree to hear a case in order for a case to reach the Supreme Court? A. All 9 justices. B. A simple majority, 5 out of 9. C. 4 out of 9. What are legal briefs? A. Written orders handed down from the Supreme Court. B. Legal arguments submitted from both parties in a court case. C. Legal standings that set the precedent for the case. How many justices have to agree to decide on a case? A. A majority, usually 5. B. Unanimous, all 9. C. The court never hands out decisions. They are much more likely to return the cases to lower courts. What is the decision of the majority of justices called? A. Minority opinion. B. Dissenting opinion. C. Majority opinion. If a justice votes with the winning side but for a different opinion, that type of vote is called A. Minority opinion. B. Concurring opinion. C. Dissenting opinion. How many Supreme Court justices are there? A. 4. B. 5. C. 9. What is the power of the Supreme Court to rule laws unconstitutional? A. Judicial review. B. Musical review. C. Court preview. True or false? Federal courts have the power to review congressional laws. True or false? True or false? The Supreme Court has the ability to review and overturn state actions. True or false? True or false? Federal courts have the power to review federal bureaucratic agencies. True or false? True or false? Federal courts have the power to review presidential actions. True or false? True or false? The power of judicial review can be found in the Constitution. True or false? The Supreme Court gave itself the power of judicial review in what case? A. Miranda v. Arizona. B. Marbury v. Madison. C. Gideon v. Wainwright. True or false? Supreme Court decisions are rarely overturned or struck down by later Supreme Court cases. True or false? Supreme Court decisions are rarely turned over or struck down by later Supreme Court cases. True or false? What is political ideology? A. Marxist versus free market. B. Republican or Democrat. C. Liberal or conservative. What is the difference between judicial activism and judicial restraint? You may use the audio option to record your answer. Use your own words. What is originalism? A. The court should act as an instrument of policy. B. Decisions should be made in light of the Constitution the way it was written in 1787. C. Changes to the Constitution's meaning should be incremental. Fill in the blank with the correct years from the word boxes below. The high tide of judicial activism was between the 1950s and the blank. 2000s, 1970s, 1990s, 1980s.